Oh, hey, what's up? Hoot Hobbs here, BT's here, and this is the Hoot Hobbs Show, not Garbage Time Sports, which is the show that I was starting.
Nice.
Anyway, so we're off to a great start already.
I love it. I'm leaving it.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start out by telling everyone that we did some research. We did a lot of research this week.
Too much.
Yeah, and we came up with this. News stories. They all sucked, so we're not going to talk about them.
This is legit. We researched and looked across the web and a number of areas and topics. We went from U.S. world news. We went entertainment news, technology news. All of it is garbage, so we're sparing you from hearing us just ramble off about stuff you don't care about.
I actually do have one.
Oh?
I actually do have one because I forgot. It happened yesterday.
Okay.
And I know how some people feel, but this is my show, and I'll say what I want because I believe that necessary violence is what makes the world go round. So congratulations to this administration, and I'm being sincere. Congratulations to this presidential administration for being in power when they took out Al Salami or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
It was like Al Kawasaki or something. I don't know.
Another one of those guys.
Yeah. He apparently had stepped up to be the number one guy in what I don't know in one of them terrorist cells or something. You know, evil men should be dead men, in my opinion. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. I promise that I probably won't care. Anyway,
there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we've just lived different lives. That's all. We don't have to be
different strokes for different folks.
That's right. So I am pulling up. Boom, got it. So actually, what I wanted to get our show rolling with, though, the memes that have been shared over the past week, I decided that I just want to pick out a few of my favorites. And bro, there's been several that are just awesome. Like, for instance,
just
for
make
me,
you snort out loud.
The Milli Vanilli one. You know, Milli Vanilli watching people get famous lip syncing on TikTok. Can you imagine how upset
that's ridiculous at this point, right? I guess it's because they had passed themselves off as the
singers.
Performers.
Yeah,
that was why.
But see, that's the whole thing. They were performers. They were good performers.
Exactly, I agree.
They just weren't singers.
And what always got me is they took the award away because they mistakenly thought it was those two guys. What about the people that did sing that song that everybody loved, that Girl You Know It's True or whatever,
yeah,
that people love to hear? What about those people who actually sang the song? It's like the song didn't exist.
Yeah, it's like, nah.
It doesn't work that way.
We're not going to give them the award either, okay? I mean,
whatever.
I would say...
Grammys are bogus anyway.
True that. The Crack House Escape Pod, you know, the whatever they... Looks like they painted... Put siding over and it looks like tar paper on top of a van and made it a spare room on a house. That's pretty fantastic. This is the first time I've ever seen you smile at work. What's up? I'm about to quit.
Yeah, there's some truth to that one.
The SpongeBob one where there's no better feeling than quitting a toxic job. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some truth to that one.
All right. So I got two more that are just I mean, there's a lot of really good ones, but the one that you have the extremely overcast sky with the hole in it, it says, I heard your mama went skydiving. I was like, that's it, man. That's classic.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That one's when I want to start everybody's morning with that one.
Yeah. Oh, man. The computer lab with the Buzz Lightyear thing? Yeah. There's always that weird kid. I was that weird kid.
You were the weird kid that would always change the background. It's the one thing when everybody locks stuff down, they don't lock down the background. They may lock down the desktop background, but they don't lock the lock screen.
That's right. Well, back in my day, we didn't have a lock screen. It was just like either it was on or off. But I did change the background all the time. And my computer lab teacher
make you change it back.
Well, no, because see, I had her 7th period every day, and I don't know how your high school was, but back in my day, we only had 7 periods. Yeah. 7 periods, the last day, you know, bell rings, you're out.
Yeah.
So, I just left it alone up until, you know, time to go. Change it and leave.
It's fair enough.
And then most of the time, every day, I'd come in on 7th period and she'd be like, hey,
quit changing the screen.
Don't change that again. And I was like, oh, my bad, I won't do it again. And she's like, okay, and then I did it again. Yeah.
You hit that kid?
Yeah. I feel so bad for that woman. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, that whole class, that 7th period class that I was in, like, she probably didn't hate me. Seriously, she probably did not hate me because, like, it was bad, dude. Like, there's people, like, smoking cigarettes in the corner, spray painting graffiti on the walls, man. It was crazy. I don't think any of that actually happened, but anyway.
You guys weren't that bad. It wasn't a high school in South Central.
Yeah. Well, oh, no. As you can see. Definitely. Anyway.
Like a scene from High School High.
Yeah. Well,
remember that movie with John Lovitz?
Yes. Yes. That's, oh, God.
It's so bad.
It's bad.
But it's funny because it's stupid.
Yeah, it is. So, hey, all right, before we get into other stuff, I watched a super cool movie it's always Netflix, bro. If it's got the little N up in the
Netflix
corner,
original.
Yeah.
It's got you.
Yeah, and especially if it's an action movie, I am in. No questions asked. Okay, I watched a Netflix action movie starring the Liam Neesons and Lawrence Fishburne, and they were Ice Road Truckers, and it was fantastic. So I'm sold. Whatever Netflix puts out, I'm like, yep, yes.
Yeah, no, they have a great track record, especially here recently with Hustle.
Yeah, Hustle was a good one. Like, staying on the same kind of path that I'm on with this movie is like Chris Hemsworth was in a movie called Extraction.
Yeah.
That was
I believe you
really
actually reviewed that one back in our archive.
Yeah, it was a fantastic movie. 6 Underground with Ryan Reynolds, that was also fantastic. And these are all the kind of shoot 'em up, bang, bang, either Guy Ritchie or Michael Bay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some J.J. Abrams in there. There's just a lot of explosions going on. John Woo, okay? There are doves everywhere. I'm kidding, there's no doves. That hasn't been hard since what, like 2000?
It's been a minute, like 2002.
Yeah. I think the last time...
Jet Li, some doves.
Well, and Tom Cruise, too, because he did the Mission Impossible,
Yes.
like Mission Impossible 2. And there was doves everywhere in that movie. They just kind of like dirtied them up a little bit and like, look, these are pigeons, yo. It's like, they're the same bird, bro. They're all pheasants. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, yes. New movie I watched. Action movie, Netflix. It's cool. It stars the dude from The Notebook and Captain America. Not to mention Sling Blade. So that's cool.
Sling Blade, really?
Yeah, so...
Arkansas legend, Sling Blade?
That's right, man. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy
He
Bob.
Billy Bob,
Bad
man.
Santa himself.
That's right, man. Billy Bob. Man, I love Billy Bob
I
Thornton.
like Billy Bob Thornton, too.
You
He's
know,
an underrated actor because
he
he really is a good actor. I mean, you don't notice it,
Well,
but he is... He
you
emotes
really do,
well.
like, he does. Because, like, think about how you, like, really liked his character in a certain movie, right?
Yeah.
Armageddon. Everyone loved Billy Bob Thornton because he was like, man, this
Mission
guy.
Control, right?
Yeah, he was Mission Control. He was one of the guys who should have been an astronaut, but, he had some kind of injury or whatever, so he couldn't do it. And you just like, man, this guy means so much to, you connect.
Yeah.
He's an actor you can connect with. Not so much in this movie. Anyway.
Is he the bad guy?
He is not. He is a good guy. And I guess that's all based on perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean...
Depends on your mindset going into it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's the villain in their head.
No.
I mean, except me.
Well, I mean...
I'm the bad guy in my story. So getting back at it is this. Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
They are the stars of the show. Chris Evans literally plays the part of Chris Evans. I guarantee it. Now, I don't
just
know.
playing himself?
I think so. And if this should ever reach his ears, he might be upset because I said that. Because this dude in this movie is this sociopathic, arrogant, just like the worst. Oh. He's like the world's most dangerous F-boy. And you're like...
Captain America is the world's most dangerous F-boy.
Oh, well, see, there it is. There's the title of the show right there.
Captain America, world's
most dangerous
F-boy.
Yeah.
It's
a little wordy, but... This is a traditional shoot-'em-up, bang-bang action movie. If I spoiled this for you, you wouldn't have been happy with the movie watching it past 5 minutes. You know what's going to happen. It's just how is it going to happen?
Yeah,
and let me tell you, they do not disappoint. It is awful. Some of the carnage that ensues.
how are the stunts?
Fantastic, outstanding,
Good deal.
absolutely outstanding. I got nothing else to say. It's awesome, but it's like it is a typical shoot 'em up. So it starts out the movie. Ryan Gosling's in prison for
Whatever.
I actually think it tells you, but anyway. Billy Bob is CIA, FBI. You know, he's a suit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he's like, I can get you out of this prison. I don't know why he started sounding like George W. But he's like, hey. But he's like, I can get you out of prison, but you got to come work for me. You know, you're probably going to die. No one will know you exist anyway, and no one's going to miss you when you go. And he's like, all right, cool. And then it's like 18 years later, and you're like, well, okay, I guess that worked out. And apparently it had been working out for 18 years, so it cuts to Ryan Gosling on the job.
Okay.
And so he's supposed to, pull the trigger on somebody, but there's a kid in the room, so you find out, like, oh, he's got a heart.
You can't kill the
That's
guy
how,
for the he'll wait till the baby leaves the room before he blows
yeah,
Batman's
that's
brains
right.
out.
It's like, oh, I certainly don't want to kill him in front of his kid. Oh, he turned around. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? But anyway.
Merc with a heart.
Yeah, Merc with a heart. But so, I mean, that's the whole thing. That's kind of how it establishes, this is your hero. Look at his morality.
Yeah.
Good.
He's conflicted by the fact that he's badass that takes people's lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's John Wick, okay, but not nearly as cool because he's Ryan Gosling and not Keanu Reeves.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, did you see that he has vowed to continue making John Wick movies as long as people want him to?
See, this is why. Okay, this right here. I'm talking to you, the audience. Oh, hold on. Let me just... All right, now I got you face to face, eye to eye. Keanu Reeves is a national treasure, and he's not even ours.
We'll take him.
Yeah, all day. The problem is I don't think Canada will give him to us.
No, yeah, but he has a vow that he's not only is there a new John Wick movie in the works that's going to be released here soon. He wants to continue to make them until he physically can't make them anymore. Because he does his own stunts, right?
Yes,
I know you've mentioned this in the show before. Look who I'm talking to.
Yeah. About Keanu, he also writes his own dialect.
Whoa.
Sometimes you can tell. Oh. Anyway, but yeah, dude, Keanu is absolutely fantastic. That guy. You know what would have made the Gray Man better? Keanu
Reeves in it.
And Liam Neeson. And I'm not even talking about replacing anybody. Just add them. Just add them to it. Just. Psh.
I don't know. I have high hopes for the new John Wick movie because when I watched the trailer, you know who's in it?
Hopefully not Halle Berry.
No.
Okay.
Morpheus.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne's in John Wick 4.
Well, he's been in all of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
But he's kind of he has a stronger
Yeah, he's
character.
got more of a reminiscent of,
Morpheus.
of Morpheus. The style of the scene in the trailer is supposed to evoke that imagery and that feel. Okay. You can kind of tell. So they're leaning into that.
So, yeah, how many times do you think during the shooting of that trailer, like Keanu Reeves is like, no, this is the part where you break out the pills, right? And he's like, all right, seriously, Keanu, this is unprofessional. He's like, oh, I don't know why. He just is like always in his Ted.
He never got past being Ted.
Yeah.
Forever Ted.
Yeah, he's just Forever See, there's a movie idea. Forever Ted. Just Keanu Reeves.
And Ted, the bear.
That'd be the worst.
Keanu Reeves as Ted.
And
Bill and Ted.
Seth MacFarlane.
And Seth MacFarlane as Ted from Ted.
No.
Ted and Ted.
And just Mark Wahlberg shows up periodically to be both angry and confused.
And they're there to try to save Bill because Bill has gone missing.
Taken hostage by Johnny. Mark Wahlberg, bro. This is, hey, get at us, man. We'll make a movie. What's up?
That's what we should do. We should just spitball a movie where we think about, like, I'm going to pitch you a movie idea. Because I had one the other day. It was like a remake, but it was freaking ridiculous. And I said, this guy was going to be this guy. I can't remember what it was, but it had something to do with like Medea, and it had Kevin Hart as Medea. But Medea,
Oh my God. So it's not even Tyler Perry's big ass anymore.
No.
Now that's a little Kev Hart.
yeah, it was little Kevin Hart, but I don't remember what it was. But it was just a humorous pitch.
Yeah.
So I figured we could do that. Pitch fake movie.
Oh, that'd be good, bro.
All we do is we give each other the type of movie that it's going to be,
Okay.
and the rest is up to your imagination. You got to pitch the movie. You got to come
Do
up.
you have
with
to do it on the spot? Like you
No.
tell me you're like action. I'm like, oh,
No,
there's
what-
guns.
That's what we were. I was going to give you time to prep for it.
Oh, okay,
But like
cool,
I
cool,
could say superhero movie.
Gotcha.
And then you come back with me next week. Oh, I take it back. You'll also need like a genre like drama.
Right, I was going to say, so hold on a second, because if you just give me a subject, I'm like, oh,
No, we'll go superhero movie, and we will go a black comedy.
I'm pretty good. I think I could do that because, like, back in the day, which was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's a Dane Cook joke, which is very debaggery of me, but hey, whatever.
You know your genre.
Yeah, it's, look, I know my demo. Okay, it's fine.
I got you.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. What was I saying? Golly, man.
You made a Dane Cook reference. I don't know where you were going.
I know.
with it.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
And I don't know. We had too much fun. I don't remember. I don't have a clue.
It's all
What'd you
good.
just say? A black
We're-
comedy. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
back
so-
in the day, back whenever I was a jailer, I would, I'd be walking a cell block, and like I wasn't one of those people that treated inmates like they were scumbags. Like if you came up and were like, "Hey, Mr. Hobbs," I'd be like, "Hey, man, what's going on? How are you?" And most of the time
Yeah.
they're like, "How you think I am?" I'm like, "Well, I mean."
Yeah.
You could ask me how I'm doing, and I'd be like, better than you, but, and that's usually why I had a pretty good rapport.
Relationship with them.
because
You treated them like
just,
people.
I just treat people like people, that's it. But I was always really good at getting the black guys to be like, oh, you stupid. We all know what that is. I know what that is. What that is they're not going to laugh at you because it would give you that satisfaction. But they're like, that's them saying like, man, that's really funny.
It's really funny, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not
this
gonna
little,
acknowledge.
Yeah,
it.
little white boy here got it funny, but I'm not going to acknowledge it. So you always get the one where they cover their mouth a little bit like this, and like, you stupid. And I'm like, all right, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And like the only time I'll ever hear that and be like, got him.
It's the best approval in the world.
Yeah,
is-
man.
Yeah,
And so
the
I think I could do
African-American
it.
audience. It's true.
It is. Oh man, because like when it comes down to like raw emotion like that, they just let it out, and I love it.
Absolutely. I wish we all lived like that.
I know,
more.
me, no, I'm like,
More open and honest like that. If it was funny, it don't matter where they're at. They're gonna let you know it was funny.
yeah, love it, love everything.
I
about
love
it.
that.
Because like me, well, most of the time, if it's, of course, I mean, we're gutter anyway. You know what I'm saying?
We're a different breed over
yeah,
here, man.
but like when in my experience, in my own personal opinion, black dude gets mad at you, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it right then, right
Yeah.
there. And there is no passive. There's no like, oh, I mean, I guess I can do it if you can't. Like,
Yeah.
when did we as men become passive aggressive? Like, I'm about to say something super offensive, but like, when did we become a bunch of broads when it comes down to that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. When did guys start wearing more pastels and quit wearing socks?
Well, hold on a second. I'm wearing slides right now. Does that count?
No,
Okay.
I'm talking like actual dress shoes and like pastel pants. I think it was.
Oh, yeah, with the skinny little, like,
Yeah.
ankles on them?
Yeah. The pants are high too. When they sit
Yeah,
down, it goes
bro.
up way too high.
It's like, that comes up half calf.
Yeah, I don't understand the look, but yeah, somewhere around that hipster era when that took over,
Yeah.
where it became more about how I look and how I'm presented as opposed to how I treat people.
Yeah, like we got passive though. It was so weird. Like
Yeah.
used to even okay, you think about it. Like we were running around together 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, if I was mad at somebody that came up to me, I was probably gonna be like, bro, get away from me. They'd be like, why? I'd be like, because of this.
Yeah.
So stay away from me. And they'd be like, oh, all right. And then, 15, 20 minutes later, John Michael would come up to, listen to me.
That's not why we're gonna
Yeah.
hide names. Let's be honest.
Be like, yo, man, my bad. And I'll be like, oh, you good, bro. Don't even worry about it. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It'd
it's
be
fine.
over with. But
It's
like,
fine.
but I never was like, oh, I guess that's fine. You know what? I like how you can just wear anything. I like your shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, what? Well, thank you.
It's like, no, bro. Yeah, no, everything's cool. Everything's cool.
No, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
And you just stare at it. And you're like, I'm starting to feel like maybe it's not.
It's like, no, man, we're good.
All right. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I said offensive stuff, and now we're here. I don't know. Anyway, look,
That's how we always get here.
Yeah, it's all,
There's always a cut right here after you say something.
it's like I don't know. That was a showstopper.
You're like, "F- it, Brandon, hit the music."
yeah. Yo, DJ, spin that.
That way we could just say "F- it" and start new, fresh. There's some truth to that.
There is some truth to that. We might do it. Oh yeah, the Gray Man. Yeah, that's still
That's
the
where we
subject.
started. It was your love of this Netflix thriller.
Yeah. Okay, so, man, I mean, like I said, when you're talking about an action movie that's kind of your typical action movie, you know, you really can't talk too much about it because, like, honestly, either A, you give it away for people who are somehow still surprised by the plot, or you have everyone else going, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to say is if you like action movies, check that one out, man. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Good actors, good action.
Yeah.
Some eye candy for the ladies.
Oh,
or
yeah, Chris.
gentlemen,
Hey.
whatever your persuasion is.
Yeah. Hey, in fact, those weird little pants we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Evans wears them
Of
the
course
entire
he does.
movie.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be any way.
But he was wearing loafers with no socks too.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Loafers with no socks
and like
no
for some
pants.
reason, a super tight, like short torsoed sweater, short sleeves too, had a collar. I don't know. It's
I
weird.
don't know, and I'm not trying to say anything other than
I am.
that way of dressing seems to have also coincided with this, where I'm going to be passive aggressively nice. It's
Yeah.
like because I have to be.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. If you got hate in your heart, let it out, man. And the reason I say it, look,
Preach, brother.
Yeah, preach, brother. Show us your face. But anyway,
Oh my God.
the heat's fried my brain today, dude. I don't have a clue where we're going. Oh, yeah. I actually am trying to say, because I'm not going to be passive aggressive about this, I'm trying to say that it is a direct connection.
Between
Dude
the
started
two.
wearing those clothes, started.
Acting like bitches.
Yeah.
And we don't mean that by any gender specific.
No,
we mean just straight up bitches.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Exactly.
I feel that.
You
I
acting
feel
like a
that.
hoe right now is what it is. Once again, that is not gender specific. We've already learned that.
Yeah, somewhere around, I think Foster the People had a hit song. I remember walking into a PacSun to get a skateboarding T-shirt, and I was surrounded by those type of pants and socks and shoes. And I was like, what happened to my favorite store? I used to come in here to get skateboards.
PacSun, you used to be able to buy like Element and like Fox,
Hurley,
Billabong,
Etnies.
Reef, Terra, all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff you could buy there. Now you're buying like Tom's
Yeah.
and
Tommy
weird-
Bahama.
Yeah. Hey, we have fedoras on sale. Like, why would I want that?
It's like, no, man, wear the board shorts and the skater tees.
Yeah, man, I miss those. I wouldn't wear them now because I'm far too fat and everyone can tell I don't skate anymore. But
You
yeah,
should give it
man.
a try, man.
Yeah, bro, I actually have. I have given it a try.
Really?
Yeah, it did not end well. And my
I have a problem. My skateboard, one of my trucks is loose, and I don't have the right size tool to fix that. So
I holler at me. I have every tool known to man.
yeah,
Like,
I'll have to fix that because my son's he got a board last year. My brother gave him one.
Hey,
I'd
man.
like to teach him how to skate a little bit.
yeah,
where he's
man,
not
teach you how to
sad.
ollie. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just got a little one. So
All right,
it's
all right.
It's dope. It's got like a hamburger on it.
Let's see. The only one I had an Element board, and I could not skate. I was so bad.
That's
But
when you switch to BMX.
that's when I switched to BMX because I spent so much money on a board I could barely use. Like, I could like kick flip and ollie and that kind of stuff. But like, I'm sorry, you want me to do it on the go?
and
Absolutely,
consistently.
yeah, absolutely.
That was
not.
always the hard part for me. Was I could get the flip. It was getting it to catch and land it consistently.
Yeah, man. I
And
tried
I sucked
to. Yeah,
I sucked at shove-its because for some reason I would always push the board too far out in front of me and I could never catch it.
yeah, it's because shove-its are difficult. Like,
It's all working. Your feet and your
Yeah.
body all have to move in one motion.
yeah, there's a reason they call the move the impossible.
Yeah, that was my go-to over the gaps too because, even if you don't really hit the impossible right, it's either going to be a tray flip or it's going to look awesome and you're going to try to land it,
Yeah.
or you'll just cream yourself, and that's half the battle, half the fun.
Yeah. Well, it was all the fun that I was having. So yeah, I quit doing that. I ain't telling you, bro. I seriously think I fried my brain today. It was so hot again. It's so humid.
And it hasn't been as hot as it has been the past couple of days and a few days. So
Yeah.
you got kind of used to the lower temperatures.
Yeah.
Where it was still hot, but it wasn't kill you hot.
Yeah, and then today it was right back up to just like, what was it? That was the Mario. That was another one of the memes. It's like, you remember the episode or the level in Mario 3 where the sun was trying to kill you? That was today.
That's Arkansas.
Yeah, that's Arkansas, and it has been for the past month. All right, so you actually kind of brought up a cool subject. And let's talk, because we have in the past, we talked about video games.
Yeah.
But we always, when C. Wayne was here, when we talked about video games, we really talked about even our past favorites. We were talking about pretty modern day stuff. We're talking about things that didn't, we might have name dropped a couple of our favorite old schools, but we really were talking about Xbox 360 and up.
Yeah.
So we got to decide, we wanted to talk retro gaming.
We're talking 2D beat 'em ups.
Yeah, man. 2D beat 'em ups. I'm talking about Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm talking about Mortal Kombat. I'm talking about Ninja Turtles. There's others, I'm certain. And I don't remember what they are.
Drawing a blank. Well, we even went as far as PlayStation with Tekken and Tekken.
Oh
2.
yeah, bro, Tekken and Tekken 2.
Those took over the arcades when we were kids.
Oh
But
yeah,
those-
hey, bro, Bowling World. You could play Tekken 2, and they had that console for 10 years.
So are we talking fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Street
no,
Fighter?
I mean,
or are we
I
talking
think-
beat 'em up
I would
like
say-
Streets of Rage? And
Yeah, Streets of Rage are like the beat 'em up.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time,
Yeah, man.
The
Turtles in Time.
Simpsons.
I forgot about The Simpsons.
where Marge would hit people with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Bart would hit people with a skateboard.
yeah, or the slingshot sometimes
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were
Homer
talking
just
about
threw punches.
yeah. I said we were talking beat 'em ups is what we were talking
Yeah.
about, but I figured I was like, well, because honestly, I didn't play. I'll quit messing with that, so I'll quit dropping it. But I didn't play a lot of beat 'em ups. I mean, I've played just about all of the ones we've mentioned,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I was more into the fighting style games like the Tekken or the Street Fighter.
Oh no,
or Mortal
that's
Kombat.
cool. Me too. But the reason we even got on the subject is I was talking to you about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that's come out. I believe it's called Splinter's Revenge, or Shredder's Revenge. But let me check it out. TMNT. Yeah, it is. Well, I lost it there. Some editing coming. Yeah, Shredder's Revenge. But what it is it's a throwback to the old 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's the one that we all recognize with
Yeah.
the party-loving, pizza-eating dudes.
Yeah.
But it is very, very interesting because they made it in a two-dimensional throwback style.
Oh,
like
really?
the sprites look really, really old school, but they're done really cleanly. So the transitions look good. Have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I know what it is. I have not seen it.
Well, those graphics are the kind of akin to this style here.
know
believe
what
it-
you're talking about.
But I mean, the game was developed by Konami, so it's the original
yeah.
developers that
Yeah.
are back to do it. And I don't know, I think it might be better than the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time, and that's
you
almost
think Turtles in
blasphemous.
Time?
Yeah.
Is you think this is better than Turtles in Time?
Yes, I think it is. Now, Turtles in Time is
Yeah, that's a
freaking
special
classic.
one, dude.
But I think this overall has better gameplay, and the way that they created an individuality amongst the turtles, where when you play as a turtle, it's not like you're playing as the same turtle, where they have different statistical advantages as to playing as the different people.
Yeah.
With obviously Leonardo being balanced and
Yeah.
the other ones having different attributes, but.
Sure.
I don't know, man. I think you need to give this one a try, especially if you love that old Turtles in Time, because
Yeah.
this is very nostalgic feel to
Okay.
it. It feels like an old 16-bit game.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
It really does.
I dig that. I like that.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. And just for the record, it looks like the music of the game was had contributions from Mega Ran, Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, and the Wu-Tang Clan.
All right,
So-
what's up? Of course it was.
So it's
Because
just all around. It's
in the
just
words
pretty
of
badass.
RZA, yeah, we always love kung fu, so it's like bomb bomb. You know what I mean?
Exactly, but I mean, it's been met with rave reviews. I definitely recommend you guys give it a try.
It's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Yes, it's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Let's see how many platforms it's available
Yeah.
on.
Is it available on XBusy?
Xbox One,
Okay.
PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Linux, and Windows. So it's available for PC as well.
I think I have an Xbox One.
I think you have Xbox One too.
Yeah, that's not the newest one. That's the last one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I
Because
have that.
PlayStation 4 was also the last
Yes.
one.
See, it's always easy to keep track with PlayStation because like Xbox is like Xbox 360, Xbox One,
Yeah, the
Xbox Series X.
The Xbox One came out in 2013, so yes,
Yeah,
that,
that's-
that would be the one.
Wow. You know when I got it? I bought mine in 2018. Golly, bro. And that's what I still have now. That's crazy. That's an old console in like
Yeah.
today's time. That's
Yeah, because it's
good for
already,
Microsoft because like it's still holding up to the new software updates.
Yeah, and we have what is it, the Series X now that's out?
Yeah, Series S and Series X. One's like a
Smaller
digital
version of
only.
the other.
Yeah. One's a digital only. The other one can play hard copy games like disc games.
Well, that's pretty rad. But no, man, I recommend it because it is available for download. I can't tell you the price for the Microsoft. I will check it though.
No, either way,
It don't matter.
So I know I'm kind of like I'm staying on video games. So I'm kind of switching genres just because like I didn't play as many of the old school beat 'em ups. But we got our point across that we want to play this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, and I'm definitely in on it.
97% approval rating.
Hey, that's right. Give me odds like that in the old field, I'll be a
25
rich
bucks.
man.
$25 for it, so it's not even.
Psh, that ain't even nothing, bro.
And also, if you have Game Pass, it comes with Game Pass.
It comes with Game Pass?
Yes.
Dope. I have Game Pass.
Yeah, it says included. Get game included with Game Pass.
Dope. I'm going to go download it for
You
free.
can go home and download it and play it tonight.
That's probably what's going to happen. I say that. That's not what's going to happen. I have a long day in the heat tomorrow, so I'm not going to do anything tonight. But I'm going to play it this
You
weekend.
should definitely download it though.
That's true, because if I don't, it won't happen.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and hit download, let it download, and then when you have a chance to play it, when you're relaxing, then you will enjoy it. Rather than, oh, I'm ready to play this game. Oh crap, it's got to download, and then forget,
Yeah.
oh, screw it, I'm not doing this.
that happens a lot. It's like, how long is it going to take?
I'm gonna get in the pool.
Yeah, for real. So there I am, floating around in my puddle.
How's the pool doing? You haven't given us a status update since you had to clean it. You were bitching about that last time we heard.
Yeah, it's
They're-
rained and the wind's blown. I got to clean it again.
Uh,
That's one thing they don't tell you is like you have to just clean it all the time. Now, luckily, I am fortunate because my wife does it. Like she just prefers to. She's like, no, I'll do it. I think it's just kind of I'm in the pool and I'm kind of doing I'm doing a task.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a quiet time for her. So,
she enjoys it. In other words, she enjoys
Yeah.
a little bit of the quiet time.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure she'd be just as happy floating around in the pool, but there would be children coming in after and all this kind of stuff, and then me
Has,
harassing her because she's.
Has your daughter finally got to the stage to where she's able to entertain herself a little bit more rather than every
Sure.
time you're in the house that she's with you?
Yeah.
Because my son sometimes struggles with that still, but he's
Yeah.
getting better at entertaining himself.
Yeah, I mean Harley's always done a really good job of like entertaining herself, but it just never lasted long. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like she could go in her room and play, but 10 minutes later she's gonna be out. Daddy, I'm bored.
Yeah.
And she still does all that. Just longer periods of time in between
Yeah.
being bored. But
All right. Well, I just wonder because I know my son, I noticed a little bit of a change where now sometimes I get to where it's like I hadn't seen the little guy in a little bit. I'm going to go check on him because
Yeah.
I miss having him check on me constantly.
yeah, that's it's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like those little quirks that you're like, oh my God, leave me alone.
It's like this.
And then the day that they stop, you're like, oh my God, they left me alone.
Yeah.
And I told my wife the other day, like I was hurting last week after work. Not like I wasn't like injured or anything, but I was just like, oh God, body was tired, it was sore, everything else. And my daughter was like, hey, Daddy, can I have a piggy ride? I was like, oh, bro. It's like, yeah, come on. My wife was like, if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. I was like, one day, and neither of us will ever know it, but one day I will give her her last piggyback ride. I
Yeah.
said, if I have anything to do with it, it ain't going to be today or tomorrow. So I give her a piggyback ride. That's what she wants. That's what I mean. I'm going to do it because there's going to be a day where she doesn't ask for them anymore, and I'm not going to notice it. Neither is she until many, many moons pass, and I can go, man.
My wife already told me that that Oliver has started to kind of shun away when she's saying the goodbye, I love yous in the morning when his friends are present.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, starting. The peer pressure's a bitch.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that Ruthie does that, though. You know, I mean, I like, as most blended family parents do, you know, I'm not trying to make it out to where it's like this, she's a good person because everyone else sucks. And that's not it. It's just like, I do always respect seeing a, you know, quote unquote step parent, you know, take the kid to school. Hey, bye, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, that means
No, they
a
have
lot.
a great relationship,
Yeah.
as he has a great relationship with his stepfather as well. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's great. I'm completely on board with it. But whenever she told me that, I got to prepare myself for that too.
Yeah,
Although
man.
I'm not one of the big emotional and mushy.
No, believe me, brother, I've known you a long time. Like, you know.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes he's more emotional and huggy and stuff than I am, and I have to catch myself.
Because you're like, bro, get off me.
Because I'm the kind that's like, don't touch me, please. And then
Yeah.
I got to remember that there's going to come a time where he won't want to hug his dad.
Yeah. And, bro, isn't that so? That's such a sobering, humbling feeling.
Yeah, because I know it will come because I know it came with me. There was a time where I didn't want to hug my parents.
Yeah, I don't, you know. I can honestly say that my parents are very fortunate with me. Shout out. My mom right now is going, nope, Cap. That's Cap.
How do you say this, Colby? That's Cap?
Yeah, is that it? And Colby, for some reason, sitting with my mom. He's like, yeah, I hadn't called him, texted him, nothing. He
Don't
doesn't
tell
even
him
know.
I'm here.
Yeah, for real. He doesn't need to know. And for the record, if you are listening, see, Wayne, I do know you're in town right now, you little punk. I love you.
Oh, Trina.
Oh, Trina, why did you have to go?
That's for you, brother.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got here. We're talking about video games, and then we ended up down here. But,
We
man, I
ended
got to
up
tell you,
on
this
this-
is a really nice conversation.
We ended
though.
up on it because you opened up for a minute. That thing that
Yeah.
you had the hardest time doing.
Yeah,
You finally let it happen a little bit there. And we had a
Yeah.
moment. Like, it's real.
It was real.
I have that same concern, and I hadn't thought about it with the piggyback rides. But
Yeah, right.
you're absolutely right. There's going to come a time where there's the last one,
Yeah, man.
and neither one of us are going to be aware that
Yeah.
that's the last one.
Yeah, my little girl is not going to ask for a piggy ride one night and then be like, well, Dad, that was it. That was the last one. I won't be asking anymore. Thanks
Yep.
for all the good times. And I'll be like, oh, that's so sad, but I'm glad we had them. It's not going to happen that way. She's going to ask me for a piggy ride one day, and I'm going to give it to her.
And then she's not going to ask for anything.
And then the next night, she won't ask. And I'll probably say, hey, yo, you want a piggy ride? She's like, nah, I'm
good.
already in bed, you know, and it'll start like that.
Nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah, nah, dog, I'm straight. I'll be like, well, girl, you better get up and get on my back. Let's go. but yeah, man. I mean, I think a lot of times, like, especially early in my daughter's life, I was still like doing the motorcycle club thing and really just devoting a lot of time to it, and just, I mean, that's it seems. I mean, that was my main motivating factor for leaving.
A lot of things.
Yeah. But for leaving the club was my the club was my motivating factor for everything in my life at that point.
Yeah.
And I had a very unhealthy commitment, I guess you could call
Yeah,
it.
because you had created it. It was your idea. You had committed to it, and
Yeah.
you were the one that put so much work into it to help it grow.
Yeah. So I had, I didn't think it at the time, obviously. You never do at the time, right? But now I look back and I had a pretty unhealthy commitment to it because, like, I was just so willing to follow these rules that I had set forth for my club that everyone was expected to abide by, and nobody did except for me. And you know what I'm saying? And, like, and that's what happened with me and you, you know? I mean, like, we just, like, were best friends, and then the next day we were done,
Yeah.
and we didn't talk for a couple years, and it was so sad. And the same thing happened with me and Greg Campbell, and like
It's lost time you never get back.
yeah, and luckily Greg and I have reconciled from that nonsense, and it was my fault. You know what I mean? Like I don't make any bones about it. It was my fault, and that's why I was the one to reach out and say, "Hey, look, man, I messed up." You know, like you were a good friend to me. I'm talking. This is the same conversation
we
I had
had
with
the same
you.
conversation.
I had this conversation with Greg. I was like, look, you were a good friend to me, and I got so caught up in trying to do what I thought was right that I did the direct opposite. You know, and luckily, because we're guys, it was like, oh, good. That's all I've been waiting for, man. Water under the bridge. We're good. I'm like, huh. All right.
That easy.
Yeah, and essentially with both of you,
and that's
it was,
when, after
you know?
we got off the phone, I took the lipstick. I crossed your name off the list. Boy, am I glad I called that guy.
That's it.
And here we are doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, man. So I don't know, like that. You know, my little girl growing up, like my son, my bro. I mean, think about this. A year ago, okay, or almost a year ago.
Yeah.
My son was born, and we didn't know if he was going to live past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was just so awful. It was scary, and it was all this stuff. And then, life just goes on. My son is happy, healthy, fat as can be, and he'll be a year old in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just crazy, man. He's already starting to grow up. Now I always kind of make the joke with my wife with him. I'm like, yeah, look, I get it. He's your little, mushy, whatever, but he needs to get a job. Okay, if he's going to live at this house, he's going to have a job. Well, I was like, okay, Harley needs a job. I was like, that little infant baby child doesn't need to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my daughter are, I don't want to use the Marshall Mathers, but a similar male and female duo other than Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know. I don't know who. Abbott and Costello.
Who's on first?
What?
Nice reference.
Yeah, if you listen to all this nonsense that I've been spouting, thank you.
Sincerely.
Yeah, like for real, this has been great for me.
It's been therapeutic. Yeah. And we have a whole nother show to go.
Yeah, I'm untying the rope, feeling good. Anyway, hey, thank you so much for supporting us, man. We're seeing socials, interactions, and follows, and all that kind of stuff go up. We're seeing downloads go up. We're seeing everything's trending up for us, man, and that's really cool, and that's because of y'all, and we thank you so much. So, as for anyone else who hasn't done these great things that I've said, you're slacking. So, find us on the socials, like us, follow us, whatever. Download us. I don't care if you listen to an episode. You don't have to listen to one single episode, but subscribe and download, and you will be included on the Quest for More Money, Volume 3. Oh, hey, one more thing I wanted to do before we go.
Okay.
I wanted to just say a quick shout-out to a good friend of mine. He sent me a message today telling me how much he really loved the show. He and I, 11 years ago, in the hottest summer that I can remember up until this one, in 2011, we fought wildland fires together, and he's my brother, and I love him, and his name's Clint Montgomery, and he's just a big, bad dude, and I love you, brother. So thanks for all the support, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Clint.
All right, as for the rest of you guys, like us, follow us, download us. From BT and from myself, we bid you good night.